Okay, so today we have My War by Black Flag. So suddenly I've gotten some Black Flag requests. I don't know what it is. The last couple times, suddenly I've been just getting bans over and over. It seems so. I thought, okay, I'll do this. I have heard this before, and but I've never actually delved into the song, which is what I like to do. So this is kind of like a hanging out kind of a thing, and just going through the song together. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. It's been a long time since I've listened to it, probably since high school, which was about 5 years ago. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's go now.
Prediction lives in my brain, with me every day, drives me insane. I feel in my heart that if I had a gun, I feel in my heart I wanna kill some. I feel in my heart the end will come. Come on.
Okay, so Black Flag and My War. So yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've listened to this song, and especially with headphones. I forgot how much Henry Rollins screams in it. And honestly, I've never appreciated the drums so much. It was just, it wasn't like a hard, you know, drumming parts that he was doing. It's not like it's Neil Peart or something on the drums, but it's just like Bill Stevenson on drums here. It's just, I don't know, I just really loved his rhythm, and just the little cymbal crashes. I think it was the cymbals, I want to say. And yeah, just the little fills that he was doing while Henry was kind of, in his own little place, basically. And of course, the guitar there, Greg Ginn on guitar, and I want to say Ginn, I don't think it's Ginn, but then Dale Nixon on bass. And I do know, obviously, Henry Rollins was not the original lead singer of the band. That was Keith Morris, I think, yeah. And actually, I think where I heard the song first, obviously, was Grand Theft Auto 5. And actually, Keith Morris was the radio DJ for the punk station on GTA 5, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and then just to have him, talk about Black Flag and stuff, because I know he talked about it in the game. But either way, yeah. So again, that's basically where I found Black Flag and the song. But like I said, it's been a while since I've heard it, and I mean, it's just so kind of odd. I know. I haven't listened to too much Black Flag. Honestly, maybe like one or two other songs that I can remember. I know from Damaged, which was their 1981 album, which I think was the first album with Henry on it. And, it was a lot of faster paced. It was, very, I guess, more hardcore, I guess you could say. But, and then with this album that came out, My War, it was a lot more slowed down, which I think a lot of fans kind of were taken aback by. But it was later on, it is regarded as one of the best punk albums of all time now. But yeah, and I can really just see, because it's so odd, just the time signatures, the tempo, and just how they go fast. Like he starts yelling, he's like "My war" or whatever, and they're doing the chorus, and then all of a sudden they slow down, and then the guitar is just like that whole da 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 da. It's just like very odd. But I just love it so much. And obviously, Henry has a lot of pent up emotion. And I mean, he was, this is, like I said, 84. He was, in his early 20s, I want to say. And I, I feel like he had a lot of, I guess, yeah, pent up emotion. He had a lot of things on his mind, the screaming, it's just like all kind of a metaphor for, his war. And, the whole thing, you're one of them, you're one of them, them. It's kind of like he's losing his mind during the song. And I don't know, I just really love it. And I love Henry as a person, honestly, just like, follow him on Instagram and all that stuff. And I don't know, he just seems like he's just a very intense guy. And his interviews are always so entertaining as well. And yeah, anyway, I just like Henry Rollins a lot. So for the about here on Genius, like you usually read, it says, My War is the first track on the album of the same name, released in 1984. The lyrics were penned by bassist Chuck Dukowski, who had founded the band with guitarist Greg Ginn, and was, according to Steve Chick's Spray Paint the Walls, vibed out by the latter over the course of a year, finally leaving for good in mid-1983 prior to the album's recording sessions. Dukowski wrote the song in reaction to his treatment by Ginn, but Dukowski wasn't even on the song, so yeah, that's very odd again. The narrator of the song exhibits a drastic amount of social isolation, feeling that everyone is against him, obviously, like I said. And, it's kind of like that whole thing, everyone's against me, and it's kind of like, almost like, obviously it's in his mind, it's my war, kind of the war he started on his own. And, what really kind of, I never thought about, but it reminds me of, like, Suicidal Tendencies, of, like, a couple songs by them, Subliminally, or Institutionalized. I think Subliminally is the other name of the song, I can't remember. But yeah, Institutionalized, obviously, just that kind of same thing. I mean, it's still, it's all punk, so I guess it's kind of cut from the same cloth, but I just reminded me of the Suicidal Tendencies just off the bat. I never really realized. Anyway, it goes on here. The person that he thought were his friends, or the persons that he thought were his friends, have now betrayed him, and he feels as though he has been left alone to fight his war. And obviously, yeah, that fits with I guess, Chuck Dukowski's story here. And I mean, it seems like with Black Flag there was a few members that left, and obviously, like I said, Henry Rollins came in after Keith Morris, and I think there was another singer before Henry Rollins. And yeah, it's just like, but Henry Rollins did have the longest tenure, I do know that. And yeah, it's just like, it seemed like there's a lot of change within the band. But it was always just Black Flag, and obviously Black Flag is still remembered as one of the greatest punk bands of all time. But yeah, I mean, there are some annotations here on Genius about the song, but again, I mean, it's kind of like I feel like we know what was going on, but I mean, looking at here, just looking at my war, you're one of them. You say that you're my friend, but you're one of them. So it says here, the repetition of these lyrics may hint towards the cause of his insanity, as repetition often leads to madness. And I mean, yeah, again, you can tell he's very kind of mad, and then the whole thing, them. It says this repeating line. So again, he repeats so many lines here, trying to get the point across. And it's small, but as important as it notions Rollins is slowly falling into insanity. So again, insanity in the song, and more notably, the specific line is his initial downfall. This line is screamed in a sadistic, insane, and intense tone, which Henry can do very well, to show immense anger and his former friend and other conformists alike. And then, of course, I just have to say, I really like how the song ends with, just how he's, screaming them again. And he says, but before he says my war at the end, but he just has a kind of like, I want to say high note, but he's just kind of like, and it's just like, he's changing his tone. It's just so, again, odd, which I never really thought about. But, I'm sure it was odd to hear back in '84 after hearing like Damaged, a song like Rise Above, and then you hear this and you're like, what is this? But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy Rise Above, and I really should get into more of Black Flag, which is why I wanted to start here, I guess, with just getting back into the band, and just doing the one I know off the top, and just to get a feel for the band again. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I love the song a lot. It's been a while since I listened to it. And I mean, it's just, it's as it's as intense as ever, and yeah, just a great little tune. So anyway, yeah, I guess that's about the size of it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Really appreciate all the support. My dog is looking at me strange, but I will talk to you guys again soon.